What is up, YouTube? It's Frank with What's the Point EDC. Oh, it's a Vosteed Nightshade kind of day, you guys. You see it. This is hands down one of my favorite style of knives, period. I know it's not for everybody, but I'm going to tell you what. This blade shape paired with this handle is a work putting in design. It really is. If you like the Nightshade, this video is for you. If you don't like the Nightshade, but you like knives that cut excellent with very good ergonomics, very good geometry, and looks and action to go with it, this is probably the video for you right here. Stick around. We got a lot to talk about in a little bit of time. So let's just go ahead and get straight into the materials here. We have Bowler M390 steel, full flat ground blade, 3mm blade stock, 12 thou behind the edge. So with this full flat ground blade, it being a very tall blade, 12 thou behind the edge thickness, and 3mm stock, you know this thing is going to be a laser beam. It's going to cut, it's going to slice, it's going to do everything like that with ease. It's just gonna, and we're going to get more into the shape of the knife, but we're going to finish these materials up real quick. What do we have here? We have copper bolsters, very good looking. Now they do patina, as you can see here. I definitely have a nice patina on it. And check this out. That's actually from where my thumb rests. It's kind of cool, right? Check this side right here out. You see what I'm saying? It's like where your finger goes is where it's going to be cleaner at. Now this is very easy to clean up, you know what I mean? Get it right back to normal looking. Now I'm going to tell you one thing that's for sure. I love a bolstered knife, and they got micarta right here, so pairing the micarta with the copper bolsters, it just does it for me. It really does. Nice pocket clip right here. We got a stainless pocket clip. It is definitely deep carry. Stainless liners right here. We have 2 barrel spacers. Right there's your lanyard hole. It runs on bearings, and it's a flipper only, and the action is crazy. Now, I've had another Nightshade. It's actually the original one with 154 cm and gray G10 that I could flick out, you know what I mean, like reverse flick it. Not this one right here. Not that that's a big deal at all, because it's not. The action is very satisfying and very snappy. These bearings do the job good, and the detent is just, it's a very good detent ting. But the jimping on the flipper tab, it's excellent. You're not going to have any issues with this flipper tab, none whatsoever. You sure shouldn't, that's for sure. And if you do, I don't know what the hell you got going on wrong. But the liner locking this is excellent. Access to the liner, as you can see, it's what you're looking for. Ease of use is very important, you know, it really is. Now that we've talked about these materials, let's go ahead and get into the shape of this knife, and then we're going to get into the one negative about this knife. And let me tell you, I'm going to say it right now if I haven't already said it, and if you don't already know, this blade shape right here and handle shape is so good. It is one of my favorite blade shapes and handle shapes. I would actually like to see Vosteed do an XL version of this and a fixed blade version of this. And I think that it's that good of a knife, you know, and it's so well-rounded, so versatile, and it cuts so good. It's a cutting machine. It really is. Okay, so I think that this blade shape, because of the way the tip is, I mean, look, it's like it's natural. It's almost like it's an extension of your hand, you know. And I know that this isn't going to give you the best view of what I'm trying to say, but the tip is always pointing downward. Even if you're holding it like this, it's not pointing down to a drastic point or drop to where it's inconvenient. It's just natural. Poking, slicing, coming through. Look at this. Look at the tip height on this. You know, you don't have to be way up here. Right there. Bam. Good draw cuts. You know this thing is going to put in work very good. It just fits the hand good. Just over 7.5 inches long overall length, you know. So I'm going to call this, it's just under a full-size knife, but I'm going to call it a full-sizer. But it's not a full-size knife because it's 8 inches technically. This is what I consider full-size. But yeah, solid knife. So let's just go ahead and get into the one negative. So we have an awesome steel. Bowler M390 is a very good steel. It's highly stain resistant, has very good edge retention, And it's just a well-rounded steel, and a lot of people love it. My only problem, one problem is, I like M390. I like 20CV, and I like CTS 204P, which is Carpenter's version of M390 and 20CV. My only issue is, I'm going to put it up on screen. Vosteed said that their HRC is 60 HRC plus or minus 2. I'm hoping that they mean only up and not down, because 58 HRC, if it's minus 2 from 60, 58 HRC is not cutting it for M390. Now, I haven't tested this yet, so I don't know what it's got going on here. But I can tell you now, I know what 58 and 59, definitely, I know what soft M390 feels like. I have plenty of experience with that, with a Lion Steel H1 Skinner. I have plenty of experience, but this is a lot thinner behind the edge, at 12 thou behind the edge, and it has a very tall, completely flat grind blade that's slicey as hell versus what the Lion Steel was. But we'll find out what this is here soon. I'll let you guys know if I think it's heat treated at all properly. M390 should be somewhere in like the 62 to 64 range for sure, but we're going to find out what it's working with. One thing's for sure, two things are for certain. I would rather a company use a quote-unquote lesser steel that they could heat treat to its maximum potential than to have a steel like absolutely something that's high edge retention like M390, but not be able to get half of what the knife can actually get out of it. It has the geometry to be an awesome performing knife, but it needs to have the steel heat treatment paired to go with it as well, in order for the steel to do what the steel needs to do. And but we'll find out here. I'm just going on a bit of a ramble here, you guys. The knife is comfortable in my hand. I'm sure this handle shape, it'll fit pretty much anybody's hand. And because the way it's, you know, designed, it's a natural cutter. The jimping here, I don't even use it, but it is effective actually. But I don't. You know what, I have used the jimping on here. It's just, it works so good you don't even notice that it's there, you know. It's one of them type of jimpings that it just works perfectly. Same with the jimping on the flipper tab. Even though the flipper tab, if you look at the way the flipper tab is, it's not like canted upward at all. It's actually canted down. So you would think, oh man, this isn't going to snap out very good. But that detent just does what it does, and it does it very good. Solid knife. It's an ambidextrous knife. You can't go wrong with ambidextrous. It's for everybody. It's definitely a solid one. They call it a kukri slash, I don't know, a shilling or something maybe. I don't know what it is. I'll put it up on the screen. Anyway, Vosteed Nightshade M390 copper bolsters, micarta, limited edition. Shout out to Timbo437 for sending that in. His link to his YouTube channel and Instagram will be in the description. Check him out. Hit him up. Tell him WTP sent you. For everybody else, I appreciate you so much. The support means all the world to me, and it makes the difference. Without you guys, there is no WTP. I say it all the time, and I mean it every single time. With that being said, if you're an addict, never quit quitting. Stay strong and live long. If you're struggling with bad thoughts, reach out and talk to somebody. It is okay to talk. Never quit quitting, and never give up. Take it easy and stay greasy, y'all. Peace.